Hello everybody, good afternoon or good evening and welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your Leicester versus Manchester United watch along. Apologies if you're wondering where I've been for 10 minutes. I was actually watching Liverpool lose the Carabao Cup final to Newcastle on That's Football. So just having a little bit of a drink and a refresh. Ready for Manchester United's game against Leicester. So how are we all feeling about that? I'm ready to go with you lot now. Here we go. Lovely stuff. We'll allow it. Thank you very much, Lung. Hope you're doing well. Well, fair play to Newcastle. We beat them 2 years ago. Obviously, they're back 2 years later and they've beaten Liverpool. But look, we're Manchester United. We're Manchester United, aren't we? We're here tonight. We're watching United. And look, it's a weird one. 7 o'clock on a Sunday night. Don't really understand the increase in these types of games, but there we go. That's where we are. And I thought Newcastle were fantastic from start to finish, yeah. But look, that's that. This is this. And I think first things first, let's get the team news up on screen. Where is it? Let's be having you. Multi-side bar. There it is. What are your thoughts on that? My thoughts on that are that obviously Xerxes not starting, Casemiro's not starting, Dorgu can't play through suspension. Heaven plays with Lindelof and De Ligt. Mazraoui will play as a right wing back, and obviously Delo will play left wing back again. Agate and Bruno in the midfield, Eriksen and Garnacho and Rasmus. I understand it. There is a bit of rotation in there. It's probably not the rotation I predicted in the preview last night. But I sort of get it. Agate needs some minutes because he's clearly going to go and play for Uruguay, isn't he? Lindelof is, he's a senior pro, so he needs minutes. Yeah, and Eriksen playing higher up the pitch against a team that hasn't won in ages and is probably going to counter-attack against a low block. Eriksen could be quite useful as well. So I sort of do see why he's doing it. And I think a few people are a bit disappointed that Xerxes not playing, but the only player I'd leave Rasmus out for would be Obi Martin anyway, because I don't really like Xerxes playing as the 9, so to speak. So Onana playing was quite interesting. I've sort of not kept my eye on stuff today because I had a heavy night last night. So I've just literally been, not really been on social media that much. But I do think that Onana starting is interesting because there was rumours that he was ill, and I don't know what he was ill with. I don't know how likely he was to start or not to start, and I think that, look, whenever Onana's place is in jeopardy, he always finds a way, didn't he? Remember with the AFCON last year, he delayed playing a game so that he could play against Spurs. So he's obviously very aware that his position may well be in jeopardy in some way, shape or form. But if you're ill, you're ill. And if you're not, you're not. So he's clearly well enough to play. The amount of chances Højlund gets is unprecedented to class of 99. I don't really agree with that. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't really agree with that. I think that Xerxes isn't a number 9 and Eriksen is playing instead of Xerxes. And therefore, the only player that you could play instead of Rasmus would be Obi Martin, who is 17 and maybe wants to bring him on in the second half when the game settles down a little bit. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Mason Mount's on the bench. I think that's a positive. Our bench tonight ain't too bad. There's a little bit of improvement on it comparable to where we have been in recent weeks. And I'll read it out to you, actually. Man United's bench: Amas, Casemiro, Collier, Fredrickson, Harrison, me, Mount, Obi, Martin and Xerxes. So Xerxes and Mount, attacking options. Obi, attacking options. Collier and Casemiro in the midfield as well. So it's a little bit stronger. I mean, let's have a look at the Leicester lineup as well. While we're here, we may as well. I mean, they're having a terrible season, as we know, and a terrible time under Ruud van Nistelrooy. But Jamie Vardy does start. Daka, Hermansen, Faze, Cody, Thomas, Justin, Ndidi, Samari, Christensen, Daka, Alcanas, and Vardy. I mean, the thing is, I look at that team and I go, it ain't that bad. But it is. It is. And the surprising thing about Leicester for me is that I look at their bench, AU, Buonatti, Cordova-Reid, Winks. I look at the team that got relegated and came back. They did retain quite a few players, but their quest to stay in the Premier League has been a shambles, really. I think they should have done better. They're currently, I mean, God, they're 9 points off safety, and so are Ipswich. Yeah, they're all going down. It's pitiful, really. But look, look, we're not here to talk about, well, we are here to talk about Leicester, of course, but we're not here to overanalyze Leicester. I want to talk about Man United, but very, very quickly, I do think that Ruud van Nistelrooy is in a similar position to Amorim in the sense that Leicester would be stupid to sack Ruud van Nistelrooy. Surely he's got to be given a summer. But in relation to Man United, what are we expecting from United today? Last game before the international break. Obviously very excited about winning against Sociedad on Thursday night and elongating our season, let's not forget. And I think that when all said and done, what we're looking to do here is show some progression, because the international break is really going to be a period of hope that we don't pick up any injuries, so that when we come back in a couple of weeks, we approach those games which come thick and fast. I think we've got Forest away, Man City at home, Lyon away, Newcastle away, and then Lyon at home. So they're 5 really tough games. Like, we're going to be playing Lyon in a season-defining 2 legs, and then we're playing 3 of the Premier League's top 5, arguably. 2 of those games are going to be away. So I'm not taking this Leicester game lightly. I'm looking at it and going, can we start to build a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence? Because our next game is Forest away, and then it's Man City, and then it's Lyon. And we've got to try and build some sort of momentum and confidence. And we saw what we saw on Thursday, and I think there is something to build upon there. I think we'll win. I think we'll win. I think I'm going to go with a 2-0. I think we will win, yeah. Let's go, you, Geordie. Sasanka. Yeah, well done to Newcastle. I'm just watching them lift the trophy here now. 80 years since they've won a trophy, and they've beaten Liverpool 2-0. We should get their goalkeeper. He's top, says Reefer. Mark, I'm so glad Derek has not been featuring in streams lately. He's absolutely terrifying. Please put him in the attic away from streams entirely, says Goldio. The Judas Mount is back, I can see, says Rub. Goldbridge is the hardest working man on YouTube, says Jonas. Thank you very much. And funny how Eddie Howe will get all the applause for winning the Carabao Cup, but Ten Hag was slandered from all corners for how he celebrated it, says Sean C. Yeah, well, look, we need to move on and do us, don't we? What's your thoughts on Phil Jones being a pundit, says Rooney. Same as any ex-player, really. I mean, I don't... If that's your thing, everybody sing. But I prefer what we have. Unscripted, proper conversation. Do you think we will win the Europa League, says Daniel? I think that if we want to win the Europa League, we've got to start seeing performance. And I've been saying this since Christmas. The Premier League ain't going to matter, is it? The Premier League's not going to matter. But the Premier League can give us performance and momentum. The momentum will be broken because of the international break, says Mohammed. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I genuinely don't. I think the international break can be... I mean, look, I'm looking forward to some of the 8 o'clock shows on the international break, so make sure you join us for those. They're always a good time to be a little bit more reflective and a little bit more in depth on some of the challenges and things that are going on at the football club. But I also think that, look, case in point, someone was talking about Rasmus starting. If Rasmus was to score a goal tonight, then he goes away with Denmark, positive, comes back after a couple of goals with them. He's buzzing. Same with Bruno in Portugal. Van der Lit's been picked for the Netherlands. I think it's how you leave your club and are you looking forward to coming back. I mean, I remember Luke Shaw saying how he really used to look forward to going to the England squad. And you could tell he preferred England to Man United. What we want is we want our players to be going on international duty, excited to come back. Enjoy your time with your national team, but excited to come back. And are you going to feel like that if they get turned over by Leicester tonight? We don't want them to view this international break as escapism. We want them to view it as a treat, and they're excited to come back. Off to live show next week, Mark. Been to a few over the years and enjoyed them all. Cheers for all the content over the years on both channels, says Luna. Yeah, looking forward to the show in Dublin. If you haven't got a ticket, you might still be able to get one. Links in the video description for that. Yeah, Wednesday night in Dublin. Really, really looking forward to that. Although I need to just get over this hangover from last night first. But yeah, not touching a drop till Wednesday now. Patrice says, I would rather Xerxes starting. Twirfy says, Mrs. is a Mackham. I've got to act upset or it's the spare room tonight, Mark. Let's not get too cocky too soon. We know these players, says Big Steve. Yeah, and I think that's a fair point. I think that's a very, very fair point. Liverpool, Leicester away. I mean, one thing I would say about Leicester is that they're at home. They are desperately in need of a win if they've not been relegated yet, which they haven't. And one way of looking at it is if they were to beat Manchester United tonight, then looking at the league table, that would put them on 20 points, 6 points behind Wolves. And they'd go into the international break going, well, we've played 29 games. There are 9 games to go, and we are 6 points behind Wolves. And we've just beaten Man United. So that, as much as I think we will win, there is the story to flip it. They're at home. We've been inconsistent. They beat us. They're 6 points off Wolves, and they might think, you know what, we believe. So, but I'm going to go 2-0 United. I hope we can get some chances. And I'll tell you why I think, you know why I think Amrim's picked Rasmus? Because I think he thinks there's going to be chances. I think he thinks that there's going to be goals in this game, and I think he's desperate to get Rasmus scoring goals because it's the only striker he's got at the moment. So, but it's good to have Agate back as well. Very good to have Agate back. Opinions on Kenda snaking us for Chelsea, says Mr. No. I feel bad for Amrim. I think Amrim will be disappointed, of course. But welcome to Manchester United. This is what it can be like, isn't it? You know, you don't always get your plan A. Thanks for all the super chats that have come in, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel as well, bottom right hand corner, and do this early. Player ratings. Register for your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average is how you do our player rating system. But you now need to sign up, and it's worked loads better since we've started doing this. We get less of the spammy things that ruin it. So scan the QR code or go through the video description. All you got to do is drop your email and a password. Then you'll get a verification email, and then you're set up forever. You'll never need to do it again. So if you want to do the player ratings, get involved with that. One player from Leicester you'd take at United, says Mrs. Stone. Probably the goalkeeper, yeah. Yeah. I don't really see a midfielder I'd take. Yeah, I think I'd take the goalkeeper, yeah. Mark will be able to see the live show on here, says Tracy Taylor. Well, it won't be live on here, no. We might load it up afterwards, but it depends whether we're planning on doing other shows, whether we do that or not. But we'll let you know, definitely, in the international break. Thank you very much to Tracy. Hope you're doing very well. Would you take Jamie Vardy for one season? Watch Jamie Vardy tonight, and do you tell me whether you take Jamie Vardy for one season. Look, he's a Premier League legend, but I don't genuinely think he's the player he was anymore. Mason Mount back. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Mason Mount on. Yeah. But, look, Mason Mount, I think, could be a good player. But I also think he's... I just don't trust the fact that he's never going to get injured again. And that's the problem, isn't it? And Arna starting, yeah. Yeah. Just having a quick look here if we've got any quotes coming in from Amarim. We sometimes do get some before the game. We're only about 5 minutes away from the start of this game. It's been a very hectic day. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Lissandro Martinez and his partner have given birth to a child. Well done to them. Da-na-na-na. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Okay. Good evening, Mark. Red Devils for life. Love from South Africa, says Wesley. Thank you very much. When is the United Stand career mode coming back, says Scorpio? When I know, you'll know. Thank you very much. If Vardy was 5 years younger, would take him for a year or so, but not now. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's a weird kickoff time, this. 7 o'clock on a Sunday night. I mean, it might work for some of our international fans, but for me, I'll never get to grips with this. Although what I would say is if you're an Irish Man United fan, this ain't bad, is it? Because it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, so it's like another weekend for you lot. Hope you're enjoying that. How am I feeling, says Simon? Yeah, I had a heavy night last night. As you'll know, I didn't do an 8 o'clock show. It was a pre-arranged family birthday that had been arranged for months. And I sort of took myself off social media and everything until about lunchtime today. But I didn't go to bed till about 3:30. Drank quite a lot of rum and coke, and it was good. It's nice to have a little bit of a break, but I just can't wait to get the match reaction done and go to bed tonight. But they've saved the best till last. I enjoyed the Liverpool loss. Arsenal-Chelsea was a tough watch, but Man United last. You know, the thing about Man United is when it's your team playing, you're always interested, aren't you? Well, you know, there's always something to talk about, even if we're shit. So, should be fine. Looking forward to it. And we're only, 3 minutes away from the start of the game. So, thanks everyone who's tuning in. Ari's in Indonesia and says it's 2 a.m. Can Man United finish top 6? Says Boo. Absolutely not. Let's not be ridiculous. Lots of people have been watching the F1. Would be mad after this season to qualify for the Champions League, says Joe Coleman. But you know what my thoughts are on the Champions League. They are this, right? People are saying it's mad that Man United could be in the Champions League this season, okay? But have you seen the Champions League fixtures? The Europa League fixtures. I was looking at these, and we've got every right. We've got as much right as anybody to go into the Champions League. Bodo Glimt and Lazio will need, one of these teams is going to be in the Champions League. Bodo Glimt, Lazio, Lyon, Man United, Rangers, Athletic Bilbao, Tottenham, Eintracht Frankfurt. Not one of those teams are worthy, really. I think the only one that's probably in their own domestic league's top 4 are definitely Athletic Bilbao. I don't know with Frankfurt. I don't think Frankfurt are. I think Frankfurt are mid-table. I think Lyon might be 3rd or 4th. Lazio, I don't think are in the top 4 either. So whoever gets it is going to, it's not like Real Madrid are in there. Somebody gets Champions League football by winning the Europa League. I mean, if Spurs get it, they've lost 15 games. Spurs have lost 15 bloody games. There you go. But look, we've got a chance. Let's see what we can do. Andy says, bit off topic, but will the live show be recorded for those members who can't make it? Says Andy. I haven't got that confirmed yet, but when I do, I will let you know this week on one of the shows. But it just depends on a few things, and I don't have the answer yet. But hopefully we'll see some of you on Wednesday night anyway. We're about to start here. Let me get the timer ready. And we're off. There we go. Right on the clock. Right on 7 o'clock. Right, I'm going to stand up. I need to keep stretching about. Man United in white shorts and white socks. Do I not like that? I don't like us in that. I like us to have black socks on or black shorts, really. I don't know why we're doing the white actually. Karen says, hope you're doing well after surgery. I would not be easy, but I hope we can win tonight. Yeah, it is getting better, mate. I mean, I couldn't have stood up on Thursday, so what, 3 days later, it is getting better, but still a bit sore, but definitely better. Off topic, done that, Andy, thank you. Would be mad after this season to qualify for the Champions League. Thank you very much to Joe Coleman and Wesley as well. Appreciate that. Thanks for your super chats. If you want to do those, we'll read them out. Delo with a long throw. Edge of the box, Rasmus, and turn and a shot. Not a bad turn and a shot. Difficult to get the power into that, but hopefully he can get a goal tonight. Good to see Agate back, says Smoke. It's very rare that you're confident about a Man United win, but I am very confident tonight. White shorts and white socks, 99 New Camp. I think you're right. I think you are right, yeah. Yeah, I'd say I'm 99% sure that we wore white shorts and white socks in 99 final. Lazio lost 5-0 to Bologna, says Mikey. Lazio will get beat by Bilbao. Tell you what, the break would have been on then. Ericsson with Rasmus as well. Might be able to get him a goal. Let's see. I've got a feeling about Rasmus tonight. And it's a good one. I think Leicester play quite open as well. Look at how open Leicester are. I mean, I'm liking this space. Look at where Garnacho is there. Look at Garnacho in the top of the screen if we could win that ball back quick. Fair play to Newcastle, says Liam, but come on, United. Oh, Danish friend. Well done, Mazraoui. Unlucky. Go on. Malagate. That's good. Give him a pass. Bit of a scrappy start. Well done, Delit. Lovely. Composure. That's what I want. We backed doors the Europa. Can we do it for the Champions League, says James? Yeah. Do it again. Eric's celebrating 4 years as a member. Our member's going to be able to see the live show after Let's Get a Win. I've answered that, Eric. You'll know in a few days. The reality is we never actually know whether we're recording the show at a live show anyway, because technicalities can... I don't want to make promises until it's actually in the bag. Oh, no. Good save, Anana. Vardy got the shot off in a corner. He was well onside as well. Lindelof getting across. And, yeah, I mean... I say good save by Anana. I mean, I hope he's well. Sorry, I've been looking at screens all day today, and I've just realised I haven't used any eye drops at all, so... Just wanted to say I love you, Mark. You're the light in the darkness of this club. Keep up the good work, says Thomas. Oh, thank you very much, Thomas. Hope you're doing very well, mate. Can you say hi to Gary in Western Supermare from Tracy? Says Tracy Branch. Hi to Gary and Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Sunday night, watch along here. 7 o'clock. I don't mind it. What else are you going to do? Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks very much for your super chats there. So, Leicester, lively start. They've got to have a go, haven't they? Well away by Lindelof. Definitely breakaway opportunities here, you know. There's so much space. I mean, I think Leicester are going to try and be expansive. Garnacho should get there. Find a pass, mate. Find a pass, mate. There we go. Too slow. Look at all the numbers they've got back now, though. Lovely ball to Delo. Crap control by Delo. Ericsson, cross comes in. Rasmus, get onside. I tell you what, Agate slammed him there. Like Hulk Hogan. Absolutely slammed him. The warrior of Uruguay. Body check. Yeah, it's not a foul, is it? It's just a 50-50. What's your favourite watch-along you've ever done, says chat. Yeah, I think it is actually the Europa League final. Ajax, Mourinho. I enjoyed that. Yeah, it's definitely the best because it's the best thing we've won, isn't it? Yeah, I enjoyed that. Mark, we should do a worldwide Man United fans video chat during the international break. I'm from India and I would love to participate, says Lal. Thank you very much. Good idea. It's like we are incapable of playing through the middle. We never do it, says Robert. And give a shout out to my two boys watching along, William and Judah, says JWML. There you go. Hope you're enjoying it, lads. And do you think he plays Garnacho on the right so he has to look for the pass instead of cutting in and shooting, says Dan. That might be a very clever tactical observation. It is harder for Garnacho to shoot off the right-hand side than it is off the left. You're right. Right, play it. Pass. Oh. Go on, Garnacho. No, he's not done that very well. Delo. Shit start again. Give a shout out. Thank you. It's like we are incapable of doing through the middle, says Robert. Thank you very much to Lal. Thank you very much to Chat Edit. Have you noticed, Mark, since Amram arrived, and particularly in the last month, we've been playing a lot more 1-2s around the box than we used to, says Lee. Yes, and I like it. Let's go United. My daughter Bella calls you the football man. I'm trying not... there seems to be a lot of young folk watching. I'm going to try and not swear now. It worries me when I know that there are... Bruno with the cross. Agate. Never going to score from there. Could you shout out Heather for decorating the living room this weekend? Very clever, Jack. I've got to applaud that. I know exactly why Jack's doing this. Can we shout out Heather for doing the decorating this weekend? Because Jack is now sat there on his arse with his feet up watching football on a Sunday night and wants, you know, to give a verbal shout out to Heather so she feels appreciated. Very, very clever tactics. Well done. Dan Harding, I liked that comment about Garnacho on the right so he can't shoot by cutting in. Let's go United. That was from Mark Doyle. Aziz, thank you very much for your super chats as well. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, by the way, or if you haven't subscribed. We are on the road to 50k, as you can see. We're on 2,047,000, but we're on the road to 50k. And we could do that before April. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe, because we're actually not on 47. We're on 48. We're on 48 and 800, so we're only 200 away from 49. We could do it tonight. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with United Stand. Bit of a scrappy game at the moment. No one's really... Well, you'd expect Leicester not to get any rhythm going, but I think we've been a bit disappointing in the first half. First 10 minutes. inability to just get hold of the ball and pass. I mean, I'd look at, there's so much bloody space out there. If this was like, I'll tell you what, here we go. And again, miscontrolled by De Ligt. We're just not passing the ball. If I was Bruno, I'd be like, just calm the fuck down again. There's so much space. Play the simple pass. Leicester are really looking to commit men forward, but if you can bypass that, lovely there. That was good by Erasmus into Agate, and we go wide again. Here's Ericsson. Into Delo. Ericsson's got it back again. Don't shoot. Fucking hell. That's twice from Agate shooting. Fucking just ridiculous. I don't get it. It's something that really annoys me, and I just don't get why we do it. He's not even a bloody... He's not Kevin De Bruyne, is he? You're not Valverde, are you? You're Agate. I know you're both Uruguayan, but you can't shoot, mate. But look, I'm not picking on Agate. How many times have we seen Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno? They all do it, and I don't get it. Krista wants to get rid of the Glazers and Ineos. Yeah, don't we all? If we only bought young but high potential players like Yoro, Heaven would be able to get mid-table and build from there, says Edward. Okay. Glazers out, Ineos out, says Karan. Was my birthday yesterday, Mark, says Hopi. Morecambe drew, but let's get a win, United. Happy birthday, Hopi. Hope you had a good one. See what I did there? Come on, Garnacho. Let's win these 50-50s. There's so much space. That's a good ball. Oh, come on. It's staggering how much we make patience after watching Liverpool and Newcastle tonight. Here we go. Go wide. Good play by Erasmus. Into Garnacho. A little bit behind him, to be fair. Yeah, he's definitely utilising the ball better, Garnacho, off the right-hand side. Bruno with the cross. Delo. Oh. I reckon Delo should make this pass to Ericsson. I know, I'll have to look at it again. Yeah. I don't know why he's using the outside of his foot there. Left foot, cushion it, Ericsson scores there. Carol J's been a member for 35 months. Thank you very much. Got no left foot, that's why, says Richard. You know what? I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying this. Match reaction. Then fan forum in the bath. Lovely turn by Garnacho. Should have played the pass. Oh, I just remembered I can't have a bath, actually. I haven't had a bath in ages. I'm talking to myself. I've got a lack of sleep. Oh, for God's sake. Passing. Terrible again. Bruno, come on. There's loads of space. You should be able to find a pass. That's a lovely pass. Ericsson, Delo. I'd like to say he wouldn't be able to cross a road, but we've got video footage that he can, and he looks. But that is just... This is what I didn't want. I don't know what we could have done, but I didn't want Delo going back to the left-hand side. New stadium looks like a circus tent. Slow Sports News there from CJR. Thank you very much. Let's go United, says Christine. Grant says, Cesar Jim, with Toto Wolff at the F1. And I haven't watched it yet, Granton. I'm going to watch the highlights. I know the result. I love your content. Could you sign my book? Says Beans All Stars. I would sign your book, but are you going to the show on Wednesday? I could do it there. Gifted 5 memberships. Tracy Taylor, you're a legend, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. And Scorpio says we've gone back to the long balls rather than short, quick passes like we did against Sociedad in the second half. Yeah. Old habits die hard. Tigers can't change their spots. Stripes. Good to see Heaven playing again, though. The more games he plays, the better. More comfortable and confident he'll get. I can send you my book, says Beans All Stars. Let's win this, says Mark. Well done. Well done, Heaven. Confident, wins the free kick. That's fine. Will there be a recording of the live show for members, says Andre. You're the third person to ask tonight. I don't mind that because I don't know when you came in, but I have said every time I won't know till Wednesday when we do the show and what the ability to record it is like. Jide says, I'm flabbergasted at the poor passing. It's confusing. I think you know what we're doing. We're trying. It's like we're trying to do it too quick. We're trying to play that killer pass all the time, and sometimes you just got to play the pass before the killer pass. Oh my God, Lindelof got away with it, and Arna was there. Would you lose every league game left to win the Europa League, mate? Says, does a bear shit in the woods, Oliver? Of course I bloody would. I don't care. I would easily lose every game in the Premier League to win the Europa League. Lovely play there by Delo. Eriksen's passing's been shit. Last 2 passes Eriksen's played have been crap. What? It doesn't make any... Great tackle, Bruno. Come back. Go on. And then he's won it back from him. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like... I agree with Archie, the Staffy, one of our members. He says Eriksen started poor. It's almost like it's catching. You know, like when you go in a lift and you feel healthy and then everyone in the lift's got a cold and then you walk out and you're feeling rubbish. It's like Eriksen's a good passer of the ball. And then, you know... Glazers out, Radcliffe out, Chance, Mark, says Polo. Good. When are you going to Dublin, Mark? Says Mr. Starfish. Next week. Oh my God, when is Dorgu's suspension over? I hate Delo off the left. He's horrible, says Z3 Music Official. Keep up the good work, Mark, says Ollie. Thank you, mate. I think this is the last game for Dorgu. It must be. Unless I'm wrong. Eriksen with the corner, headed away. Garnacho's going to shoot. Watch. Again, I don't think that was worth a shot. I really don't. Then again, he has scored worldies before. Opinions on the Carabao final. Is it on Slot or the players? Says Bold. I think if you watched it, Newcastle were the better team for 90 minutes. So I don't know what the post-mortem is on that with Liverpool, but Newcastle without Anthony Gordon were better. That's good play by Agate. God, we missed him. His mobility is such a... If you were cooking a 3-course meal for Sir Alex, what would the course be? Well, a bottle of red. I think it would have to be like venison or something like that, main course. Maybe a haggis starter. And what's a good Scottish pudding? I think he'd like a good apple crumble. with custard. And then if he was still hungry, I'd get him a Calippo from the freezer. Would you take Johnny Evans as next manager, says Ivo. Mate, I don't know how your brain works, but it's amazing. Would have loved to see Amas get a few minutes while Dorgu is out. Delo has been terrible recently, says Ollie. I don't know whether everybody watched my preview, but I put Amas in my team on the left-hand side. I was like, why not? Need to score first, you know. Need to score first in a game like this. Ollie's just gifted a membership. Thank you, Ollie. Will there be a recording of the live show, says Gareth Southgate. Thank you very much. Touche. Free kick here. Big J's having an Indian tonight. I think by the time I'm finished, I don't think I'll bother eating, actually. But I've played at the King Power. I probably haven't mentioned that for a while, but I've played the game there. Oh, that's a good cross. Well done, Delit, though. Really good defending again. Sheeran says, loses hundreds of pounds betting on Liverpool. I hope you didn't. You look tired, Mark, says Ben. Yeah, went to bed at about 3:30 and was up at 7:30, so I'll look forward to my sleep tonight. Do you think Mount's coming on, says SHZ? Yeah, I would think so, yeah. If you're on the bench, you're there to be used. Bring back cooking with Goldbridge, says Lance. And sub Delo for the goalkeeping coach, says Stephen Barnum. I am bringing back cooking with Goldbridge. I've been mentioning this for a long time. I am bringing it back. I nearly brought it back in the summer. I know the concept I want to do. I've hinted it to a few people. Rasmus, cross comes in. Second ball, Bruno volley. Oh, good block. Come back, come back. Agate, do not shoot. Oh. Lovely cross by Mazraoui. That's the sort of cross you want into the box. Philip Jones says, Robbie got a point for the Newcastle win. Oh, I know. I've not even had a look yet, mate. What a goal! Oh, Eriksson! What a hit. You were right. We were right behind that. What a hit by Eriksson. And he, oh, I thought that was in. I thought that had, we were right behind that. Oh, he deserved that. Deserved a goal. Not a goal. Hit the post. I think it was. Do you think it was a shot or a cross? Here we go. Delo. No. How do you feel about this much rotation? Too much or good move considering Europa is now the focus? Alec, I think the rotation's fine. You could argue you could do a couple more, to be fair. Forget cooking. We need a drinking with Goldbridge, says Parker. Oh, those days are over, mate. Have you ever gone to the Bishop's Blaze for a pint before heading into Old Trafford? Been there a few times for a sing-song. It's a great crack, says Luna. I've been in the Bishop's Blaze a few times. I haven't been pre-match. I've been in the Trafford pre-match. I've never been in the Bishop's Blaze pre-match. A lot of people do, and they're queuing up very early. Scott McTominay says, do you miss my goals and creativity yet? No. Our away fans are the best in the world. Heard nothing but United chants all game with a powerful message to the Glazers, says Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Thanks for your super chat. Should have kept Rude as manager. I think Eriksson might have been shooting there. Yeah, I think he was shooting there. Matt Thomas says, we're really struggling to get into this after that final. Sub Delo for the goalkeeping coach, says Stephen Banham. We've just got to score the first goal. Score the first goal. Leicester will open up. There'll be more goals, but it's that first goals. Cobra Kai TV, thanks for your super chat. The players suffer from main man syndrome, always trying to dribble past 5 players or shoot from 40 yards or play the killer pass. Simplify things, says Rohan. Yeah, he definitely was shooting there. Would have been a great goal, that. Would have been a great goal. Nick says, could you shout out my sons Kian and Kazra watching from Sydney at 6 a.m. Huge United and United stand fans. Love from Dad. There we go. Lovely stuff. Up early, hopefully to watch a win, lads. Hope you have a good morning and day with your dad. Sorry, I've just lost my live chat there. Would you get rid of Delo in the summer, says Tyler? It depends, really. Oh, my God. Well done, Heaven. Did really well. Really well as the last man. Oh, for God's sake. The picking of Delo every game just optimises our situation at the moment. I can't believe that the powers that be can't see it either, says Ben. Look, Amrin really likes Delo. I would be sympathetic in the sense that there's not really any other options. But no, if somebody gave us 40 million for Delo, I'd take it. Yeah. What happens if a club gets relegated domestically but qualifies for the Champions League by winning the Europa League? Well, Don, what do you think happens? I know, I sort of get the question, but you know when you think about it logically, UEFA aren't going to say you qualified for the Champions League, but you got relegated from the Premier League, so you can't play. You still can play. We're not getting relegated anyway. Good play, Heaven, again. Is it Nanny? Says Jamie. Good one. I actually had someone at work watch the Sir Jim Radcliffe interview with Neville and said it made him like him even more. What a prat, says Daniel. What a prat. You're right. Kieran says you're the GOAT. Thank you, Kieran, for being a member. Ben's just not happy about the Delo selection. Tell you what I like about Heaven as well. I mean, he is doing really well, but the fact that he's got a left foot. Because that Martinez injury. Go on, Rasmus. Cross it. Delo. Get in! Rasmus! 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 Get in! What a bloody goal! I told you! I told you! He will be back! He won't passing that to Delo. What a moment! The fans are going mad. The players have come to give him a cuddle. That's teamwork. Well done, lads. Well done. Well done. What a finish on his right foot as well. Absolutely fantastic. So pleased. Get it. Lovely, lovely. I mean, Bruno gets the run's good. The ball by Bruno is good. But look at this. He could square this to Delo. No chance. What a finish that is. What a finish that is as well. Watch that back. I mean, don't tell me he can't finish. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. It's confidence. It's confidence. That's what it is. I firmly believe, and I've said it for ages, I'm not giving up on this lad. I think he's a good... I think there's a lot of work. I agree. I've given him 4s and 5s. But he can finish. He definitely can finish. And there's a lot of work to be done. But well done. I'm really happy about that. And to all the haters out there, you should be happy too. Because if he can get confident, it's only going to help us, isn't it? It's the only striker we've really got. I said against Sociedad, I backed him 100%, says Joe. Oh, people just want to give up too early, don't they? They want to listen to these prats giving them nicknames and all that. And I just think, I never liked the word Trashford with Rashford either. It's like, it's just so immature. They are United players. I want them to do well. And, you know, I've seen so many people giving him so much shit. And what are they doing now? Did you enjoy it? Or do you sit there going, wow, he's still shit? It's like... Sometimes I think you've just got to think, I'm a Man United fan, I want Man United to win. Look, I've had my issues with players, McTominay, Maguire, Rashford, Bruno, but I never don't want them to score goals. United getting that EFL commentary treatment with Don Goodman, says Joey. Thank you very much for that. When do you think Ahmad will be back? Well, we were talking about it on the preview last night, weren't we? Hopefully he'll be back soon. Can I get a shout out to Robert Devery? Come on, United, says Robert. Could be you. Where do you think Liverpool will finish next season, says Cobra? I don't know, mate. What about driving with Goldbridge, says Joey? Can you shout out my sister Isabel, says Nick. And thank you very much to Jamie. So Man United leading 1-0 now. This should help us because Leicester are going to have to open up a little bit more now, aren't they? I mean, there's so much. You can see why Leicester get beat so much. They're so open. I saw it in the first 2 minutes. Another Bruno assist as well, you're right. But I saw it in the first 2 minutes. They're just so open, Leicester. There's goals here. Luna says, booing Xerxes really bothered me. RB says, Heaven could be a very good signing. Left-footed centre-back aren't common. Would have been learning off the best left-footed centre-back in the league, Gabriel. Oh, but yeah, I mean, I do rate Gabriel at Arsenal, you're right. I tell you what, we've had a long day. We're all thinking, wow, 7 o'clock on a Sunday. Well, I tell you what, it's been worth it. We still need to buy a striker in the summer. We need an experienced striker. I still think Rasmus is a work in progress, but the confidence is good. And I like, you know what? I like Garnacho on the right-hand side. I agree with what Amrim said. I think we get more out of him on the right-hand side. Do you think Cole Palmer was a one-season wonder? No, he's just having a bad time, Recon. Yeah. Rude, says Sheeran. Ericsson's having a stinker. Yeah, well, you're probably all thinking what I'm thinking. I'd like to see Xerxes or Mount second half. I mean, I mean, Ericsson's going in the summer anyway, but at least Casemiro came in and did a job. I just don't know that Ericsson, if he can't do a job against Leicester, I don't know what he's going to be able to offer us. Anyone going to tell Ericsson we're in the red team? Oh, unlucky Bruno. I refuse to say rude smells, so let's go with this. Vardy smells, says Jake M. I think it's Delo's work rate that impresses Amrim, says James. Yellow card. Late on Mazraoui. Get Obi Martin on second half. Yeah, I agree, Dan, yeah. Rasmus has got his goal now, hasn't he? He doesn't need to... I think the only value keeping Rasmus on was to, or even playing him, was to get that goal. I thought his work rate on Thursday was really good. I thought he played well on Thursday. Might not play as well tonight, but has the goal. And that's the life of a striker, isn't it? You are judged on goals. I thought he played well Thursday. I think a lot of people did give him a half-decent player rating, but he didn't score. Tonight, might not play as well, but he'll have a goal, and people will probably give him a score. So I agree. I'd take him off. I'd take him off at half-time. Bruno telling the men to calm down is good to see. Garnacho on the right provides width and service with crosses, says Jamie. $33 minutes gone already. Yeah, I think Heaven's probably been our best player so far. Thank you very much, Jamie McLaren, for that super chat, by the way. Appreciate it. Thanks for your super chats. We'll definitely read those out. Sergio's given us one. He says, do you have a striker in mind? I don't really. What I will say is I'd love to see an Osman or a Gyökeres come in, but I'm not so convinced that a Jonathan David... The trouble is, if you brought someone in like Jonathan David or Liam Delap, then are they obviously better than Rasmus? Now, some people would say yes, but I don't think that they're obviously better. Whereas if you bring a Gyökeres or an Osman in, they're obviously better. So you have an understudy and a main guy. But I don't know whether we've got the money to do an Osman or a Gyökeres, to be honest. Headed away from the corner from Leicester. Second ball. Mazraoui. Here's Ericsson. No power on that. Ericsson needed to put some power on that, not spin. Do you think it's slowly starting to click, says the wheelbarrow? I think, I wouldn't say it's clicking. I mean, we're still seeing issues, but I think they're gradually, I would agree that they are gradually getting better. Celebrating my 50th and a win and 5 membership gifts, says Jules. Happy birthday, mate. Jake Johnson says, hi Mark, loving the watch along as always. Can I get a shout out for my brother-in-law, Sean Bean? Get that polish out, son. There we go. It's not the Sean Bean, is it? Borrymere. What are we doing here? Okay, now. Some of this passing. Brilliant, Bruno. What a touch. Ericsson again. Has Ericsson played a pass to a red shirt? It's crazy. Like, we actually had a good bit of a break there. Chris says, happy 4 months, mate. Cheers, pal. Hope you're doing well, Chris Davies. If Amrun had a 4-year younger Bruno to build around, says Gamer, you know, I think with Bruno, you never know. You never know with Bruno. What is he, 30 this year or 31 this year? Do not sit down, says Nitro. I'll try my best. Good. Delo. Oh, for fuck's sake, Delo. It's a simple header and he heads it to a bloody blue shirt. 3 red shirts, heads it to a bloody blue shirt. And Diddy with a chance there. Last time he did that Gladiator celebration, it was still in the theatres. Now it's on DVD. Hope this is the turnaround. Our boy needs confidence, says Big J. I think Agate did enough to put Ndidi off, to be fair. I think, yeah, no, it's a corner, isn't it? Well done. Good play by Agate there. Headed away. Delit again. Jules has just gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, pal. Legend. Sub Ericsson off. Worst performance ever, says Stig. I don't know about worst performance ever, but it's not been good. Mark, have another drink. St. Patrick's weekend, says the game is the game. I probably would, but I'm having a delayed St. Patrick's in Dublin later on in the week. And I've got a busy couple of days preparing for that. So I need a clear head tonight and tomorrow. That bit of play from Delo was criminal, says Josh. And look at how they overload the middle and force the play to the flanks. Mazza and Delo can't handle the pressure and lose the ball. We need better wingers, says Spencer. Thank you very much for your observations. Good to hear our fans singing for Amrim. He deserves the backing of the fans, says Rossi. I think he's got it. Kurush says the combination of Ericsson and Delo has basically rendered our left-hand side completely useless. All half. There we go. Mrs. Stone says Delo is overworked. He needs rest. Hi Mark, please can you shout out stepdaddy Joe, who is looking after Hudson tonight while Kelly is out on the piss. Up the Reds, says Jamie. There you go. Joe. I think Agate's had a good game as well. To be fair, I think Agate and Bruno have done all right. Rickon, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. 5 minutes to go to half-time. United 1-0 up here. Goal from Rasmus. Assist from Bruno. But I've got to say, Leicester have been poor. And I think United could have more if they were a little bit more delicate down the left-hand side. Good play by Heaven again. Who do you think's going to win the FA Cup, says Harish. I don't care who wins it as long as it's not Man City. Sek says there's a 100% chance that Eriksen's coming off. The way end is on fire. Best fans in the world, says Jamie. Mark, is Arne Slot overrated, says Bartley. Well, he's going to win the league, isn't he? In his first season. I think we'd all take that. Right, Eriksen on a free kick. In and about. Go on, Bruno! Oh, over the bar. I like Garnacho, but inconsistency, wasted chances, says Leo North. What's the chant the United fans are singing? It sounds amazing, says Adam. I don't have the audio on, mate, so someone in the chat should be able to help you. Scott says, Xerxes haters now. Love him. How fickle are fans? Says Scott. Sweden with the best striker duo, Isak and Gyökeres, says Marcus. Heavens played excellently, says Kielty. And do you know this chant? They've been singing a chant for Ruben for the past 10 minutes, says Polar. I can't hear it. So hopefully in the chat they'll be able to help you out. Tom's got his ticket for Wednesday, the Olympia. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be great, mate. Really excited. If you want to try and get a ticket late, I think the link's in the live chat or the video description. Heaven oozes class, says JH. I'm starting to really like Heaven. Seems way older, says JChem. Yeah, I think he's probably been our man of the half. Look, I'm not being offensive to Lindelof, but he looks way better than Lindelof. I think Bruno and Agate have done well as well. De Ligt's been solid as usual. Mazraoui, that's better. Good block, Heaven. Good block. Eriksen's got to come off. He's got to come off. He's had such a shit half, Eriksen, hasn't he? Got to come off. Then he misses out on a 50-50. Reese says the chance is Ruben Amorim, he'll bring the glory days again. We will back him from the Stretford end. He will turn the Reds around. That's the chant. Thank you, Reese. Moyes would sort both these teams out, says Sam. Yeah, really good block by Heaven there. Head and shoulders the best player on the pitch for United. Where do you think United will finish this season, says Rocco. I couldn't give a shit league-wise, really. I don't think we'll be in the top half. Justin says it feels like some relationships are forming. Delo, fucking hell. That left-hand side is dead. Delo and Eriksen, bloody awful, mate. How many misplaced passes have we had from those two players? Imagine if you just had a player who had a 90% pass accuracy. Wasted so much. Right, here's Ericsson. Come on. Surely won't give it away. Yeah, easy ball. That's it. Delo. Right, easy pass. That's it. If Hoyland stop wrestling with the defenders and make the runs and shoots, the chances will be a good striker, says Fuji. We can sell Heaven for 20 million in the summer, says the Wheelbarrow. He's joking. Tyler says, Heaven has been a blessing. Ruben says, I hope Mount comes on second half. Just while we're waiting here, oh no, they've started up again anyway. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to change that to 49 because we're only 10 away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Good interception by Delit is Bruno. Ericsson, come on. Why is he going backwards all the fucking time as well? He just seems to be refusing forward passes now. That's half time. 1-0 to Man United. Look, you take that. We'll take that. Rasmus goal was nice to see. Leicester are not very good. But look, I think we could be better. You know, I'm not going to knock certain performances. Obviously, I said we got the Rasmus goal. Bruno's done well. Agate's done well. Mazraoui, Delit. Heaven's been the best player on the pitch. Garnacho's sort of been in and out of the game. Lindelof's been okay. But Ericsson and Delo down that left-hand side, it's just dying down there so many times. And I think if Amrim hasn't seen that, I'd be very surprised. I don't think we'll see those two on for much longer. Well, I don't think we'll see Ericsson on for much longer. I don't think we'll see Delo coming off. Ericsson is making a crap Leicester side look good, says Hayden's Gaming. Ericsson needs subbing. He's a passenger, says 5 Cantonars. Really unbearable when games don't mean anything, says Shahin. Heaven has been a blessing, says Tyler. Okay, let's have a quick look at the stats. There they are. Okay, let me just pause that because I haven't actually been looking at those. So it's going to move, isn't it? It's going to do that. There. Okay. So yeah, 56% possession, 9 shots to their 4, 2 on target. Their pass accuracy has been better than ours. I think that's quite disappointing, actually. I don't normally look at pass accuracy, but in a game like that, we're not playing bloody Liverpool under a press, or Man City or Arsenal under a press. We're playing fucking Leicester. There's so much space on that pitch. To have a 79% pass accuracy that's worse than theirs, I think is reflective of certain players who have just shamefully given the ball away under no pressure so many times. We should be possession of about 65% and we should be creating more and more chances. So I think that if he can get people on, I would. I think if Xerxes was on, or I don't know, dare I say Mason Mount, you'd see a massive improvement. Because Ericsson doesn't have the legs, physicality, and he doesn't have the passing range. I mean, he nearly scored an absolute worldie, by the way. Let's not forget, he's not without his technical gifts. But overall, I think that's a sub I think I would be looking to make. Hi, Mark. Delo has been very, very poor. He can't make 5-yard passes, says Akshay. I said it in the preview. I didn't want to see Delo going to the left-hand side. I think he struggles to put in a good performance anyway. But on Thursday, he scored a goal from the right-hand side, and then he's back on the left-hand side again. I think if you've got a good player, and they're playing well, you can move them around. But moving an underperforming player around, I do have sympathy with him, really, but he struggles down that left-hand side massively. Half our missed passes are from Delo. He's rubbish, says Trey. Akshay says Delo's been very done that one. Samuel says, honestly, Dorgu, Heaven, Delit, Yoro, and a new right-back genuinely feels exciting for next season and definitely something for Amram to build upon. What's your say on Pogba coming back to United, says Lord. I don't think it'll happen. People wanted Rude as well, recently biased, says Drake. Am I the only one worried about Mount coming on? Also, shout out to Wifey for the lush pie she just served me up. James, I apologise for the stuff that's going to get said. Aiden, do you know what he's worth? Oh, Heaven is a great place on earth. Oh, Belinda Carlisle. That's the best I could come up with. Yeah. I can even picture the tune. Delo just asked to leave, period, says Robert. What a first bar half by Heaven, says Zico. Opinion on Rangers Celtic games, says Andrew. I didn't watch it. Did Rangers win? I think they won 3-2. I might be guessing that wrong. Ericsson and Delo off. Irwin and Cantona are on, says Sean. Ericsson, I've done that one from Hayden Gaming as well. Thanks very much for your super chats. Give us your comments if you want. It's half time. It's 1-0 to Manchester United. I think, look, the goal was very, very good. And it was nice to be reminded of what Rasmus can do. We saw this at times last season. And I think he is a good finisher. But obviously, he didn't look like he could finish his dinner for the last few weeks. Strikers thrive on confidence. His confidence has been very low. But I don't even think today has been that good a game from him. You know, I actually think that if we did the player ratings now, a lot of people probably give him a 7. When actually, I think he played better on Thursday, but didn't score. But strikers get judged on goals. That's the way it's going to be. I thought it was a really good finish. And hopefully he can kick on from that because it's like a reset when you score a goal as a striker, don't you? I think there's a good player there. I really do. I thought that when we bought him from Atalanta. But he's definitely gone backwards this year. And there's definitely work that needs to be done. And I definitely think we need an experienced striker with him as well. Because I don't see Xerxes as a striker. I see him as a 10. So I'm happy with that. Hopefully he can kick on. I'd like to see Obi coming on in the second half as well. I think it'd be great to see him get a few minutes. But look, also, I'm just looking at it again. Also, let's not forget. I mean, it's a great finish from where it is. It's not an easy. That's a tough finish from there. Weak of foot, right side of the goal. The angle's difficult. Couple of defenders. Goalkeeper's got his front post covered. Really good finish. But I don't really understand why people would be moaning anyway, because we need a striker in the summer, but we're not going to get one till the summer. So what we've got to do is try and get the best of what we've got until the summer. Can you shout out Hannah, my girlfriend, for sitting and watching every United game with me, says Aidan. Lovely stuff, Hannah. There you go. The more I see Delo at left back, Dorgu seems world class, says Mrs. Stone. And Scarecrow says, your watch-along graphics are amazing. It would be great to see some stats visuals in regular live streams too. Thank you very much, Scarecrow. Can we agree that when Onana boots the ball long, it's because when he plays short passes to his defenders, they just can't pass their way out of the danger without stressing us, says Mats. We completely robbed Arsenal of Heaven. He's only for only 1.5 million, says Hayden's Gaming. And Heaven has hold of our heart. Heaven will tear you apart, the Furs, says Marcus Stevenson. Ericsson, Porfer, a staff, get him off, says J-Dog. And Delo and Ericsson have lost the ball 17 times, says RK. Well, that's why our pass accuracy is so shit then. Tears in Heaven, Mark, says Kyle. Round of applause for Heaven. He's what we need, says Smoke. Will you ever play FC25 again? Yes, I will, Recon. Heaven's brilliant, says Mark Goldbridge. And Amas and Xerxes in, please, says Mrs. Stone. Is Delo colourblind? Our players are in red, says Ice King. And if Bruno had this Ericsson performance, Ricky wouldn't shut up. His agenda is out of control, says Wyatt. And Trey says half our passes that are going wrong are going from Delo. There we go. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Amrin must not do this, not do with Delo what Ten Hag did with Rashford, says Carl. Xerxes and Dorgu make such a difference, as Andre. There we go. I think he will make subs in the second half. It's just, will he make it at half time? I'm not so sure whether he will, but I do think it's, look, we're winning, that's fine, but I do think it's worth saying that if we were playing somebody like Brentford, I think we'd be in trouble. If we were at Brentford, I think we would be in trouble. Because, yeah, we're winning 1-0, but let's just appreciate how bad Leicester are. They're really, really bad. So it's fine, and there are some good performances from United, but there are also some absolutely bad performances. And we need to be wary of that. How's your belly doing from your appendix surgery? Hope you're better. Let's win the game, says Dim. It's getting there. So it was only on when did I do it? Wednesday night. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's only night 4. Still a bit sore, but getting better. Getting better. Thank you very much for asking. Heaven is good. Be careful not to hype him too much, says Marshall. Yeah, there'll be good and bad games. This is the thing about young players. There'll be good games, there'll be bad games. Arsenal are stupid for selling Heaven to us, says Faniel. And Amrin must not... Okay, I've done that one as well. Will Leicester is still in the game. They can still score and the game might end up a draw. Dave, you're a poet and you didn't even know it. Why choose between Yoro and Heaven when both is important for the next decade, says Mod. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. We need as many of these players as we can. You know, we've got Mazraoui, we've got De Ligt, we've got Heaven, we've got Yoro. They can all play centre-back. That's 4. We've still got Maguire. That's 5. Hopefully Martinez will come back. I think we need another one as well. Like, we play with 3 centre-backs, so we need about 8. Minimum 7. So, yeah. Hi from Airport Hotel. Early flight to New York in the morning. Come on, United, says Sean. Enjoy your flight, mate. Sounds good. Pineapple doesn't go on pizza, says Clinton. I like it. I always try to defend Lindelof, but Jesus, says David. I think the interesting analysis on Lindelof and Eriksen is that they're both 100% leaving in the summer. 100%. So... There's no point in, like, creating panic. Like, 100% gone in the summer. So we just have to endure it for a few more weeks. Hopefully, Lindelof is gone in the summer as well. Sorry, Lindelof will be gone in the summer. Hopefully, Casemiro's gone in the summer. But the difference between Casemiro, Eriksen and Lindelof is, and we saw it recently, is that I think that Eriksen and Lindelof can't really offer anything to us anymore, whereas I think Casemiro can. So I'm looking at Lindelof and Eriksen and I'm like, I don't really want to see you playing any Europa League minutes. But in the Premier League, we might have to use them as experienced players. But the trouble with Lindelof and Eriksen especially tonight, is Leicester are one of the worst teams in the Premier League, and he's struggling against Leicester. So what is it going to be like if we ask him to play away at Newcastle in the league in between the Lyon games? So that's a concern, isn't it? But yeah, I wouldn't have him anywhere near the games that matter. I was just looking at the Premier League games that we've got left, by the way. We've got Forest away after the international break. Then we've got Man City at home, Newcastle away, Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, Brentford away, West Ham at home, Chelsea away, Villa at home. We've got a right shit running, you know. We really have got quite a crap running in relation to Forest away will be tough. City, Derby, Newcastle away. See, all those 3 teams all want to win. Forest want to get Champions League football. Man City want Champions League football. Newcastle want Champions League football. So those 3 games are really tough. Wolves at home, Wolves are trying to stay up. Bournemouth away is a horrible, tough game. Brentford away is a horrible, tough game. And then West Ham at home, it might be all right, but Chelsea away and then Villa at home. So we've got some really, really tough Premier League games. But look, the Premier League's tough anyway, isn't it? It's very competitive. But yeah, we certainly haven't. I think this is our last easy game in the Prem. We slow down significantly when we're leading, especially in Arna, thereby inviting pressure needlessly. We play a lot of backward passes when we lead, says Andrews. And do we think Højlund was good or Leicester are bad, says Rossi? I don't really get the question, mate, because a striker's job is to finish. And the finish was difficult. I don't think you can judge the finish on the opposition. If he was in that position against Man City in a couple of weeks, that's going in. It's a good finish. Where would you keep Lindelof? No, Scarecrow, absolutely not. He's using those that are leaving in our easy matches to try to give people like Xerxes a rest, says Brendan. Hi, Mark. Please shout out Teshi. You make his day, says Anastasia. Thank you very much for that. Elliot Thank you very much for your super chat. 2 contributions in 2 games for Rasmus. I hope this gives him the confidence going forward. Do you think he'll score more today? Says Amit. Oh yeah, he got the assist into the other night. I don't think it matters if he scores another one. If he stays on, great. But I'd like to see Obi come on. I'll always thank you very much, David. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. We are very close to getting to 50,000 subscribers. I'm just about to change that to 49, actually. But yeah, get involved with the United Stand live every morning at 10 o'clock. Live every evening at 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock shows as well. Lots to get involved in. You're very welcome. And don't forget, second half, player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Make sure you register for our player ratings by the link in the description or scanning the QR code when that goes around. Do you think he'll take Eriksen off at half time? I don't think he will. I think he will take him off, but I don't think he'll take him off at half time. No, because will he want to bring Xerxes on? Will he want to bring Rasmus Mount on? It might be a bit early to bring Mount on, so I think he'll keep Eriksen on for a little bit longer, if I'm being honest. Right, about ready for the second half, aren't we? Let's move. There we go. We're up and running. Let's not be asleep at the start of this second half. Having breaking the line similar to Martinez. Top, says David. What do you think about the Leicester kid Alcanos as transfer for the number 10 position? He looks like he's got talent and he's only 19, says Rise. Mate, look at Heaven from Arsenal. If there are talents out there that can come in and that we don't really know much about, this is where the scouting department needs to earn its bread. Delo and Eriksen, 0 out of 10 from me, says Dennis. And Gabe says, I've been watching you for over a year from New York, but coming to England for graduation school to play basketball. Go United and see you soon. Thank you, Gabe. And glad we're ahead, but feels like donkeys versus donkeys, says Vabath. Was Lindelof bad in the first half, says Frederick? No, I'd probably give, what would you give Lindelof first half? I'd probably give him a 6. Average. Bit shaky, but a 6. Like, he's done all right there. Some people are giving him a 5. Stand up, Mark, says Nitro. All right, mate. I have got 6 stitches in my chest. I thought I might just have a sit down. Bloody hell. Actually, you're right. It would do me good. I've been sat on my arse all day. Leicester on the attack here. Didn't stand up quick enough. Vardy. Across the back post. Goal kick. Heaven's down injured here. Greetings from Reykjavik. Super happy for Hoyland, says Martin. Pligton, thank you very much for your super chat. Nitro said stand up. I'm just looking at Heaven here. Oh, foot in. Caught his foot. Hopefully it's nothing bad. Oh dear. Shit. I don't think it... Somebody said he's all right. Collier's already stripped off to his kit. You know what? If that's a bad injury, we are definitely cursed. We are. I just can't speak. That is just absolutely incredible if he's injured. Stretcher. I can't fucking believe it. I just can't believe it. Martinez and now Heaven. Yoro's injured. I just can't believe it. I mean, people are having a go at the Leicester player, but to be fair, it's just a 50-50 challenge. I see Van Dijk doing this 10 times a game. Gabriel does it 10 times a game. We do it. Oh, you're out for a year, mate. It's like Robert says, we can't catch a break. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It literally is bad luck. Martinez did it. Heaven's done it. And as I said, I see bloody every other centre-back in the Premier League doing it 4 or 5 times a game. We end up with bloody serious injuries. I can't believe it. Yeah, Collier's coming on. Why was subbing a midfielder for a centre-back, says Constantine. We can never catch a break, says Robert. Looks like he broke his foot or ankle, says Demetri. It looked like his ankle to me. A few people are saying his knee. I think it was his ankle, definitely. They've got something around it, but it's not looking good. I presume Agate might go right back. Mazraoui might go right centre back. Collier might go right back. Brian says they're not even showing a replay, so it must be bad. Can't believe it. Commenter said they don't want to show the replay. That's not good then, is it, Riley? Bloody great. I don't actually know what to say. I mean, I'm angry, but what are you getting angry about? You just feel like going, why always us? It won't be an ACL tear, mate. If it's not an ACL tear, it's an ankle thing. But it's a season ender. It might not see him again until November now. Inquisition says it's that moment where you're pissed, but with nothing you can do about it. Well, that's the thing. Look, if we had if this hadn't happened to Martinez and Yoro already this season, and Mason Mount wasn't always injured, and Luke Shaw, and you'd sort of go, well, it's part of the game. It's really bad, but he's literally making his first couple of games, and he goes and gets a nasty injury like loads of other people have got, and you sort of look at it and go, it's just not right, is it? I mean, who are you complaining to? The gods. Some people don't think they even bloody exist. But it is incredibly unlucky. That's what I would say. It's incredibly unlucky how many injuries we get. And also, Martinez is out for a year. We find a kid who's left-footed, and you think, oh, we might have something to work with there. Now he's going to be out for months. So we're back to having no left-footed, left-sided centre-back again. Literally, there's Dorgu. That's it. He's the only left-sided player we've got in the defence. These Leicester fans are disgusting, booing him off, says Ethan. This is depressing. The career can be over before it starts. He looks so good, and a setback like that can change a player, says Stig. Can, you're right. Heaven to hell, says Ben. Watched in slow-mo, it's clearly a snapped ankle, says Sheldon. Heaven knows I'm miserable, says Frank. Yeah, Mazraoui's in the back three and Collier's playing as the right wing back. This is what happens when we have nice things, says Hayden's Gaming Adventures. I know you were bigging him up at half-time, quite rightly so. Oh, dear, dear. I think this is the last game that Dorgu's missing, yeah. I think. I mean, I can figure it out for you. We played Fulham in the Cup, Arsenal in the league, and then Leicester in the league post Ipswich, yeah. Honestly, it's the club's fault. We have been playing too many young players in the team. They're going to either burn out or lose confidence because the club won't invest in good senior players, says Naf. Mate, I don't actually agree with that. And you know me, I love to moan about the Glazers and Ineos and Sir Jim Radcliffe. But I think that if Heaven was playing for the under-21s, he'd still make that challenge. And that can happen in any game. That could happen in training. So it's just so... It was so innocuous. Well done, Collier. Corner. Our fitness department is the worst in Europe, says Dave. Why does he still not want to use Amas? It's very odd, says Ryan. The team should be ashamed he got hurt because of the extra effort he has to put in for that back line, says Red Vision. Arteta, dark arts at work, says Cole. The state of United's bench is criminal, says Jed. Well, there's the broken leg marks, says Glenn Castle. People are saying, why is Collier coming on? Because I don't think there's anyone else who can come on. I don't think on our bench, I don't think we've actually got any defenders. There's certainly no Harry Maguire. There's certainly no Lenny Yoro or Johnny Evans. You've got Fredrickson, who I think is a centre-back, and Harrison, I think, is a centre-back. But they'd be making debuts in a game where you're not going to throw them into a game like this, are you? Unless they're ready. I was in the bathroom. What happened to Heaven, says Black Wolf. Basically, a cross came into the back post, 50-50 with Daka, and he sort of fell over like he'd caught his leg. What's Ericsson doing shooting from 40 yards? Get him off. And I think he's broken something. Michael says, it's confirmed Man United's left-back spot is cursed. Do we need a new physio department, Mark, says Ryan? Oh, yeah, 100%. I swear we're stuck on nightmare difficulty, says SHZ. Luke Shaw should be back in 18 months, says Mank in LA. Amram's been terribly unlucky, says Stephen. Probably done for the season. Oh, 100%. Ain't back. There's no way Heaven's back this season. No way. Here we go. 3v3. Where are we going, Rasmus? Ganacho. Oh, he can't get it out his feet. Goal. Brilliant. That's football. That's football. Ganacho, Rasmus. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There might be a bit of an offside, but... yeah, it's calm, this. Rasmus will always pass. Oh, he might be offside. I think he's offside. I think he's offside there. Yeah. I think he's going to be offside. It's a shame. Yeah. I can't see how he's not going to be offside. Yeah, offside. Fucking hell. Heaven was given oxygen whilst going off. It's not good, says Leo. Yeah, just going back to the Heaven thing. He ain't back this season. He might not be back for the start of next season. Depends. Heaven, this could cause him to become injury prone later in his career like Luke Shaw, says Bossman. Yeah. I know. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Why was he offside? Just a little bit eager, I think. Some people saying the pass should have gone sooner. I mean, you're talking. He's offside by an inch. It's just. It happens, doesn't it? I think it's probably more on Garnacho, to be honest. You've just got to keep yourself onside. You're looking, he's looking up the line, but he's off by an inch, isn't he? We'll get more opportunities like that. If we go through recent history, we've overplayed Rashi and Martial through injuries, and now Mainu, Yoro, Rasmus, Garnacho playing almost every game they've been available, says Naf. Yeah. I don't trust those offsides anyway. It's like that one with Garnacho at the Emirates last year. I just don't trust those offsides. They haven't got automated offside. I don't trust them anyway. I'm sure when we bring down Old Trafford, we'll find 9 dead cats and some voodoo things. Here we go, Garnacho, come on. Says Sheehan. Collier is comfortable anywhere he plays. Yeah, look, I like Collier, and I think the fact that he's playing multiple positions will help him. Thank you, Man United Hodge. Hope you're doing well. Physio department needs a revamp. Injury rate is not acceptable at the highest level, says Philip. It should never be offside. He can see everything, says Robert. I agree. I think when you're looking along the line, it's your job to stay onside. People used to say the thing about Rashford all the time. It's your job to be onside. I don't know how people can blame the pass, actually. You can always say the pass could go earlier, but you shouldn't be offside. Like, I would say that to anybody, coaching, teammates. You're looking at the line. It's your job to stay onside. All right, I might have passed the pass earlier, but you're looking at the line. It's your job to stay onside. I'll be careful in this game, you know. Scrappy. Daka. He thinks he's bloody Ashley Young. Well done, Rasmus. Come on. There's so much space in this final third. Well done. Well done. Here we go. Ericsson. What is he fucking doing? Get him off. I tell you what, if we took Ericsson off, I think we'd win 4-0. Looked like he did his Achilles, says Big Trox. Whatever he did, I think it was bad. Because they didn't show the replay. 100. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for your super chats tonight. We'll read those out if you do any. I think we've caught up on all of them now. Heaven is young. He'll fix quick for next season, says Stephen. Yeah, that's the good thing. He has got youth on his side. If it's look, often if it's a broken bone, unless it's like Luke Shaw's, which was horrific, a broken bone, teenager should be, fingers crossed, okay. It's when it's like ligaments and everything that's problematic. That was a good shot by Garnacho. Go on, Bruno. Go on, Bruno. Well done. He's had a good game. I've liked Bruno today. I mean, it's only Leicester, but I'm not a massive fan of Bruno in the midfield. But I think today, him and Agate have worked well. And look, I might not be a fan of Bruno as a midfielder, but it doesn't mean he won't become a midfielder. Paul Scholes became a midfielder. Like, it doesn't mean doesn't mean he's never going to be a midfielder. I just don't like him in the midfield, but it doesn't mean he's not going to adapt into it. How many more injuries we need to get before our medical department will be sorted? It should not take millions of pounds. Why Ineos doing nothing, says 100 Ericsson's been so poor. Get him off as Cirksey, says Patrick. Can we call the Warrens and get the team exercised, says Mrs. Stone. Moore says it's okay. Luke Shaw will be back soon. I hope you're joking. Mate. Luke Shaw being back soon. I think Santa will be back before him. Do you think Xerxes will come on, says Kieran? I'd be very surprised if he didn't. I mean, you have got the option of Martin. You have got the option of Mount. I hope the players take Leicester fans booing heaven off personally and slap this sorry excuse for a team. Can't wait to see them get relegated, says Sean. Well, I can't speak because I haven't heard anything, but I don't really understand why any set of fans would be booing a player that is quite clearly seriously injured. People saying Shaw injury is a reference are daft. Shaw had compound fractures, nothing close to what we just witnessed. I genuinely feared for Shaw, says Thomas. Yeah, I agree. I think Luke Shaw's injury. For those, I think we were doing a watch along that night, weren't we? Surely we were. Surely we were. We must have been doing a watch along then. This is bad. Leicester are going to equalise if we don't score again, says Tusha. Heaven will be like a new signing next season, says Alan Hansen. Yeah, that Luke Shaw one. I remember Roy Keane saying it wasn't a bad tackle. I was like, fucking hell, what's Luke Shaw done to Roy Keane? It was horrific. And UEFA went and put the guy who did it in Europa League Team of the Week. I mean, it was. I've not watched it back for years, but it was absolutely horrible. What a ball by Bruno. Here's the low. Oh, don't give it to Ericsson. Does. Oh, for fuck's sake. What did I say? Don't give it to Ericsson. Gives it to Ericsson, and Ericsson gives it to a blue shirt. And then Bruno shoots from 40 yards. Come on, United, says Muffin. Corner. It did deflect, though. Bruno, Ericsson. Tried the whip again. Is goalkeeping coach left-footed, is King of the North. How do you feel about Dan Burn added to the England squad, says Steve. I actually think that one is... I don't mind Dan Burn in the England squad. Jordan Henderson, stupid. Carl Walker, stupid. But Dan Burn deserves it. It was brilliant today. Rizzler says, how are the stitches, Mark? They're doing all right. They're doing all right. Just keeping an eye on it. Don't want infections and stuff like that. But it was agony the first couple of days. But yeah, it's getting better. I drove yesterday and today, so that's positive, isn't it? We need a midget, some rope, and a few tennis balls, says Curious Watchman. Lost me. Delo, pass Delo. Oh, he had a shot, didn't he? He had a bloody shot. I feel bad for these young players coming in to do a job, says Daryl. If Heaven doesn't put in a transfer request, United's medical department will ruin his career, says Danny on the gas. Bruno. Garnacho, goal, yes. He's going to do it this time. He deserved it last time, and he's got it this time. This time, Garnacho, and he goes and has a sit down. (2-0). Game to bed. He deserved that because the goal he'd scored before was a good goal. Bruno with another assist. 2 assists for Bruno. Yeah. I mean, Leicester are crap. They're really crap, aren't they? I mean, if I was conceding a goal like that, I'd be furious. But I think the keeper maybe is a bit unsighted. But Garnacho puts it in a good place. Goes bottom corner. Lots of power. Difficult for the keeper to save because he can't see. If Shaw and Mount come back, it'll be the best 10 minutes of football there till they're off again, says Brian. And Jake M says, it's not the injuries that are the problem. It's the little niggles they get. Telling me Bruno or Garnacho never had a knock. They still play, says Jake. Double substitution. Triple substitution. Harry Amas. It's Amas time. Ericsson off. Thank God for that. Casemiro on. Agate off. And I don't know who else is coming off. Garnacho. So Amas will go to left wing back. Delo will go to right wing back. Collier will step into the midfield with Casemiro and Bruno and Rasmussen. Bruno will go more higher. And yeah, so Collier and Casemiro. I like these subs. I like these subs. Get Obi on in a bit as well. Well, I put him in my if you saw the preview last night, I put Amas in the starting team. So, you know, it wasn't quite right, but he is in the team. Could be the next Luke Shaw. He's got a very, very similar running style to Luke Shaw. Look, people take the piss out of Luke Shaw. It's completely, you know, I don't know what Luke Shaw is like as a person. That doesn't matter. What I do know is he's injury prone. But Luke Shaw, when fit, I always said one of the best left backs in Europe. And what I've seen of Amas, he's got that very similar build and centre of gravity. I mean, look, it's a long road forward for Amas. I think he's 18 today. But look, this is exactly what we were talking about in the preview. Get these lads on the pitch and start giving them things, a taste, you know? It's not though. Sorry, JChem. Thank you very much. Appreciate that super chat. Didn't know you had stitches. What happens as liquid? I just had a minor operation last Wednesday. If Shaw and Mount come back, it's done that one as well. WKBRL stars. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who's tuned in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and don't forget to do your player ratings. Links in the video description. I'll pin it in the live chat in a minute. Still 20 minutes to go, but a thoroughly enjoyable game so far. Well, no, I say thoroughly enjoyable. An effective performance after a very good result on Thursday. I got to say, I was looking at this probably last week before the Sociedad game, and I was thinking, what are we expecting out of Leicester? They are crap, but they are trying to stay up. We've just had a big game on Thursday. 7 games unbeaten, says Callum. Yeah, but it's, you know what, mate? You know what, Callum? You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say? He needs to stop being stubborn and change his system. He needs to change the system to a system the players are suitable to. You know, the reason it's not working at United is the system. The system doesn't work. It's the formation. He needs to change the system. Yeah. Formation not working, system. Prats. Well played, Rasmus. Xerxes. Amas, back post. Wasn't far off. If he hadn't took the touch and put it in first time. Jack says, new Beckham poster. I know, I've always had that there. You just don't get to see it. It's a beauty. I'll show you properly. There it is, look. Classic. As you can see, 49,000. We're on the road to 50. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every morning at 10, every night at 8. Lots for you to get involved in, and we've got some really good shows planned for you over the international break. So don't miss out. Yeah, been planning them. So we'll be having some good debates. Definitely excited about some of that. But here we are. I think, you know what, as well, I'll be very surprised over the March international break if we don't get some news drops, big news drops. I mean, to be fair, I don't know whether it will be these sort of things, but traditionally in the March international break is when you start to hear about transfers because the players are away from their clubs. So they speak a little bit more freely. They have a little bit more time to be on the phone to their agent. So just keep an eye on that as well. Well played, Amas. Oh, fucking hell. Don't want another injury. What system do these prats think the players suit, says Stephen? Oh, exactly. Amas on his 18th birthday, says Scorpio. Opinion on Wolves, and you think they'll go down? Rizla, do you think Ipswich or Wolves are going to close a, what is it? What did we say it is? Is it a 9-point gap? Or is it a 7-point gap? I mean, no, it can't be 9 points, but what is it? It is 9 points. You're down. You're relegated, lads. 9 points. Just forget it. Relegation's done. Relegation was done the day they all got promoted. I mean, second year in a row, 3 up, 3 down. Same 3 teams that came up last year went down. Same 3 teams that went up this year are all going down. Shock. The relegation issue in the Premier League is crap. How can you be 9 points clear of safety? Hey, come on, ref. That looked like a foul on Lindelof. Great block, De Ligt. Brilliant by De Ligt. Amas looks a little bit off the pace, doesn't he? That's the thing. You've got to get up to pace. That's a great block by De Ligt. What a last few weeks he's had. Lindelof got knocked on the ground, yeah. Diego Delo says Luke Shaw's mum's on benefits. Don't know what that's all about. We bought Shaw at 18, so time for Amas to shine, says Stephen Willocks. Mark, you had to sneeze yet, says Justin. No. Mark, Ruben saw Mark's preview at half-time, says Naf. Joshua's going to score, I believe in him, says Bill. And Curious Watchman says it's from an 80s film, Poltergeist. Why does Vardy always look so angry, says Mrs. Stone. Garnacho has been tracking back much more recently, says Tommy. And Tom Young says, I hate our medical department, but I'm not sure why people are complaining about heaven. Literally nothing they can do to prevent a broken ankle, says Tom. There's another one here now. Oh, mate, we can't have another injury here. De Ligt now. Fucking hell, right on his ankle. Is that not a red card? I think he's going to be all right, but it just looked like a painful one. I'm sure somebody said, oh, what such a good block by De Ligt, that replay. I'm sure somebody said De Ligt's injury prone. I mean, he's done very well, hasn't he? It's brilliant. That block is so good. Love the streams, Mark. I actually think Rasmus has a lot of potential. I would take him up front at Arsenal. He needs service, says Gabe. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well, mate, and appreciate your super chat. Ian J.G. Wright says, who's your man of the match? Luke 82 says, do our players never shout man on? Yeah, at times the passing's not been that great today by certain players. I think man of the match at half-time was Heaven. But obviously, if you go off at half-time, it's hard to give man of the match. So De Ligt would be a candidate. I think Bruno's done well. 2 assists, Bruno. But, I mean, for me, De Ligt has been brilliant again. He's such an important player. Bruno's had a very good game. I think Mazraoui's done well. Rasmus has done well. Garnacho did well. Casemiro did well. Agate did well. But no, it would be Bruno or De Ligt for me. Yeah. Joey says that block from De Ligt just brought his rating to 5. Well, it will do in the Manchester Evening News. It's gone up from a 3. Mark had the snip. No, I didn't, Wildwood. I don't think you even get stitches with the snip, do you? If De Ligt is hurt, why don't he come off? This is Constantine. The new stadium looks like a discarded condom, says Dan G. Seen plenty of them, have you? I could tell a joke, but it's a bit rude. I think De Ligt has been Player of the Year and deserves, and under the criticisms he's gotten in the media, undeserving of the criticisms he's got in the media, says Patrick. I agree. Come on, Bruno, go wide, go wide. Hoyle and Xerxes will flourish if they get service. Imagining them in the days of Beckham and Giggs, says Dak. Your thought on our number 10, says Daryl. Work in progress, mate. Work in progress. Don't forget to do your player ratings, by the way, everybody. I am actually going to pin the link in the live chat as well. Just so you've got it. Oh, I'm getting a bit sore now. I am actually getting a bit sore. I think I should be allowed to sit down now. I'm sorry, I'm doing it. I am really feeling it. That really did hurt. Sometimes, if we concede, it's on me. I've got to sub myself down to the sit down position. Oh. Yeah, player ratings. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the live chat or the video description. If you haven't registered before, just drop your email. You'll get a verification code and then you're in forever. Every week you can just do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being the average. Yeah, but for me, I think my man of the match is going to be Bruno or De Ligt as things stand. Might be early to sing the praises for Delo, but isn't it funny how much better someone plays in their natural position? Oh yeah, Mr. Glenn Johnson, you're spot on. Since he's gone to the right-hand side, I mean, he's not bloody prime Cafu. He's not even bloody prime Kieran Trippier, but he looks more comfortable on that side. Left-hand side, yeah, struggles. Do you think Isak is Newcastle's second best striker they've ever had after Shearer, says Mohammed? I don't know about that. I mean, they had Les Ferdinand. He was very, very good. De Ligt's performance this season will go under the radar, but I think he's been as important as Bruno this season. Yeah, he leads that back line so well. Keegan Daniel says, away support, Ruben Amorim, he'll bring the glory days again. We'll back him from the Stretford end. He'll turn the Reds around 1,000 times repeated. Lovely stuff. Match reaction said, title should be Pray for Heaven. It's a Steve Woodley. Good one. The criticism De Ligt gets is appalling, says Justin. De Ligt in top 4 club could be best defender in the Premier League, says LJS. Great to see Garnacho and Hoyland scoring again, says Tom Grant. Nicholas said, what song the fans singing continuously? That's what just someone said. I'm losing my mind seeing Onana continuously boot the ball, says Madaf. Rasmus off, Obi on, which is good. Favourite genre of music? Mine's hip hop. That was from Mix. So he's got about 6 minutes here, Obi. Headbutt and both, Josh, says Deck. Thoughts on fans who started as glorious supporters of Man United? Also, was Michael Silvestre underrated, says Trucker Jeff. I mean, he was all right. Silvestre was all right. I wouldn't say he was underrated. You know, someone who's underrated would be someone like, you know, Darren Fletcher or Jason Park. I wouldn't say Mikel Silvestre was underrated. He was just okay. He had some good games. He had some shaky times as well. He wasn't the sort of player that you went, you know what, we underrated him. Carrick underrated, yeah. Well, I did say Leicester wouldn't score, and they don't look like they'd score if they played till Christmas. And they won't be able to play till Christmas because they'll be relegated in May. Jorrit says, has it been a good game? Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I think it's been a bit of after a full day of football, watching like the Carabao Cup and all that, it's been a bit weird having Leicester against Man United in the on a 7 o'clock night in the Premier League. But what I will say is, Xerxes down injured. What I will say is, I think there's been some positives in the game, and I think it's been job done, which is important. It's another 3 points, which is important. And I think some players will come out of this with confidence, which is important. So we've got to really prepare for the run-in, and we've got some incredibly difficult Premier League games coming up. So, yeah, get ready. Hopefully this is not another injury here. Xerxes landed badly. But look, you know, the way the United fan base works, I think some people will probably be quite irritated by the goal scorers tonight. Which is sad, isn't it? I think these are young players that we're going to need over the next few weeks. We need to try and win that Europa League. It could be absolutely huge for our next few years if we can get that money into the Champions League. It would be amazing for us. And you're going to need people like Garnacho and Rasmus to perform, and they'll take some confidence from tonight. So I think confidence is the key, really. Newcastle's best ever striker was Andy Cole. He was very good, actually, 4D management. He shouldn't be forgotten, you're right. What's up with Leicester players? Rude and rough. I know. A Pender from Leipzig should replace Xerxes, says Danny. Xerxes is good on the ball and light on his feet for a big lad. I actually think he's going to be a great number 10 as he develops with Ruben, says Gummy. Thank you very much. They have been very rough, Leicester. Well done, Collier. But you know what? I'm not saying that United we're nothing particularly... Go on, Hamas. We're nothing particularly special this season. But Leicester are bloody terrible, aren't they? They're shocking. I mean, I've never felt so comfortable in a game for a long time, and we're away from home as well. Just felt so comfortable, and they're meant to be fighting for their lives. If they beat us, they're only 6 points off Wolves, but they're just terrible. Standards shocking, really. Yeah, don't forget to do your player ratings. Scan the QR code. Get yourself registered if you need to. 2-0 United. Could have had more. Definitely could have had more. Might get one here. Here's Delo down the right-hand side. He's been super. You know what? I was literally just about to say that. He's been world class. World class, Bruno, tonight. I was literally just writing the title for the show, and I thought it was going to be a little bit niche and go, Bruno's superb. And people might go, oh, why is he... He's ruined it now because... yeah, 2 assists and an absolutely brilliant goal from the edge of the box. Superb. Delo with the assist as well. The Portuguese connection. Did well, Delo, on the right-hand side. Cuts it back. Yeah, just brilliant. That is just superb. Absolutely superb. 3-0. And as I was just saying as well, we could have had more tonight. Really could have had more. It's not been... it's not flattered us at all. But it's nice that we're scoring goals regularly now. Creating more chances. Goals win games. Yeah, don't forget to do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. We're going to be doing that straight after this. Eight minutes? 8 minutes? Oh, have an injury, I suppose, yeah. I forgot about that. Well, I didn't forget about the injury, but I've forgotten about how long it was going to go for. Could get another couple of goals here. Yeah, Bruno man of the match, based on that for me. No spoilers. I mean, I think De Ligt has been brilliant, but 2 goals and 2 assists and a goal. You can't argue with that. Of course, Bruno's playing as the 10 since the subs as well, isn't he? Oh no, he seems to be playing a bit deeper there. Happy Bruno's playing well. We needed him, says Derek. Too many players with short stocks. It looks lazy, says Stephen. Bruno's been back to his best the last few weeks, says Zach. I called 3-0. Let's go, says Scott. Away fans have been immense all game, says Aditio. Did you know that Lindelof has conceded less goals per game of all our centre-backs due to Premier League stats, says Tom. Stats can be deceiving. Football Genius, says Xerxes finds the Premier League too physical, says Super Donut. Are we unlucky today or are Leicester playing dirty, says Eddie. I think they have been dirty, to be fair. I think they have been the dirtiest team I think we've played in a long time. They've not been looking to play football. Can't wait for the review show where Ricky says Bruno was average and Eriksen won us the game, says Jack. Don't concede. We don't deserve to concede. Tom says, do you think Bruno can keep this up? Well, if he can, he's only got to do it for the next 2 months. Do you feel bad for Rude, Mark? I said when he went to Leicester, they can't be looking to sack him based on Premier League results. but they probably bloody will. I think with Ruud van Nistelrooy, it's got to be judge him next season. Do you think in lit a fire in Bruno's belly, says Alex? I think this is a great point. Listening to what Bruno said when he was speaking to Beth after the match on Thursday, I liked the way Bruno spoke about Roy Keane and the criticism, because he basically said, look, Roy Keane's done things at this football club and he's entitled to his opinion. And it's down to me to, you know, show them what I can do. And that's the way you should react to any criticism. We have seen players who get criticised and then decide to take a pot back. But ultimately, I think the best way is to do it that way, isn't it? Hopefully the first clean sheet hopefully the first clean sheet in 9 games, says Tooney. And Mark, remember those who wanted to keep Ruud, says Black Wolf. Yes, I do. There was some who were saying it about 3 weeks ago as well. Since we touched the topic of underrated players, which player in the post-Fergie era was the most underrated? I'll make a shout for Herrera or Romero, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. I feel like some people might say Fellaini, but I definitely agree with you on Herrera. Thanks for all your super chats tonight, by the way, and thanks everyone who subscribed, bottom right-hand corner, to do that. And we've still got 3 minutes to go, and then we're going to go into the player ratings show. Amrim, man of the match, says Tammy. Well, there's a few things I want to say about Amrim in the match reaction, to be fair. Ricky will say Eriksen was better. I mean, I've forgotten about that. There's a lot of positives tonight, but be interesting to see what... Oh, no, don't concede. Great save, Anana. That's a very good save, you know, because Vardy is so close. I really thought he was going to score. Big save that. We don't want to concede. Well done, De Ligt. Well done. Here we go. Here we go. Go wide, go wide. Xerxes not going to get that. Could have been another one there. Cheers to 38 months, says Justin, who's been a member for 38 months. Appreciate everyone on the panel and you as well, Goldbridge. Thank you, Justin. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've got something I want to say about Amrim in the match reaction, actually, so I'll keep it back for that. Minute to go. Mata, Matic, Cavani, Kagawa. I think Cavani was a brilliant player. He just had injuries, mate. Yeah. Paul McNamara says, bring on Wednesday night. Yeah, looking forward to it. A lot of people have been saying about where to go for a drink afterwards. I think last time, because it's a Wednesday night, it'll be a bit better, because last time we did Monday, Tuesday, so it's a bit quieter on a Monday, Tuesday. But I would say get yourself up to, oh, I forget what it was called. Off Grafton Street. Is it Bacca's Bar? Stays open till about 3. Or, if you want a club, get yourself to Copperface Jack's. Around there. Very good place. I used to go there when I lived there. Sort of circa 2002. Anana, man of the match, says it's CJR. Absolute shite. Wash your mouth out. Absolute rubbish. I'll give him probably a 6.5, but cheers for that anyway. Corner, let's not concede here. We want a clean sheet. Look at the empty seats. They've had enough in Leicester. Get it out. Get it out. Another corner. See, this is the thing about Casemiro. He can come on and do a job. You can use him and he can do a job. Whereas, obviously, we saw tonight with Eriksen and Lindelof to a certain extent, they do weaken you. Bruxelles, that's what it was called. There we go. Busquets bar, see you there. Phil Lynn at statue, says Luna. Thank you very much. No, I think Busquets bar's in Temple Bar, isn't it? That's the one I'm not thinking about. But that's the final whistle. United have won. 3-0. Garnacho, Rasmus and Bruno. Lovely stuff. And, yeah, we'll have that. We'll have that. Thanks everyone for watching. Let's go over to the match reaction because there's loads I want to talk about, and I'll see you over there in a minute. Don't forget to do your player ratings while you've got the time. Links in the live chat as well. Speak to you in a bit. On the match reaction in a minute.